everybody. So today is the first Saturday of the month, and that means it's time for the Movie Nerds Club. This is the series where my friends and I, we all try to support each other in our small YouTube channels by picking a topic each month that we are all going to be talking about and giving our top 5 of that category, that topic. So it's a lot of fun, and I just encourage you to go check out all of my friends from the Movie Nerds Club. All their information will be in the description below. So please take a look at all their videos, because this is going to be a really interesting one. We're talking Pixar with Turning Red coming out. We're talking about our top 5 favorite Pixar movies. And I always say with Pixar, I have like a solid top 2, but then a 20 car pileup for the rest. And so it's challenging, but a lot of fun to talk about. So here are my top 5 favorite Pixar movies. And of course, I have a ton of honorable mentions. Pretty much almost everything else is in the running. So here are my top 5 favorite Pixar movies. And at number 5, I have The Incredibles. And I really love this movie. I love the family. I love the depiction of the marriage between Helen and Bob. I really like how it talks about work and how we're in a toxic work environment, how just deadening that is to the soul. So I really love Bob's journey that he goes on in this movie. And I love their relationship. I love the fact that they actually show like conflict in a marriage, but then they work it out. And the personalities of each of the kids is so great. With Dash and Violet, I really love them. And of course, then baby Jack Jack. And I think that the story is really good. The animation is beautiful. It'll tug at your heartstring. I always really appreciate stories that are about work. So this one, it definitely does it for me, and your purpose and your role and finding what moves you in your life. I think that that's a big message of the movie. It's my number 5. My number 4 is actually Coco. I love Coco. I love, again, the story of the family journey that Miguel goes on to try to understand his family. The beautiful world building is incredible. The music is great. Remember Me as maybe the Lopez's best song. It's so beautiful. And it's just such a touching movie about family, especially the love that Willa has for Hector, and then the bond that grows between Miguel and Hector is really touching and sweet. And it's also funny, and like I said, great music. So it's my number 4. My number 3 is the Toy Story movies. I know, a cheat, but I love all 4 of them so much. If I had to pick, I picked the first one. I think the first one has just about a perfect script. I love the building up of tension between Buzz and Woody. Now, before, he thinks that he's being a great leader and that he's so magnanimous and so great. And then this one person comes in and challenges his authority, and how it gets under his skin, and she struggles so much. Who can't relate to that? And then the whole journey of them going to Sid's house and everything over there. I love the characters in this, and there's so many great lines. The script is so iconic with "You are a toy, you're an action figure." Great. The moment where Buzz is drinking tea as Mrs. Nesbit, really great. The ending is really wonderful with the chase to the moving truck. So all the voice cast was iconic, but I love all 4 of these. I think they're all really wonderful, and they're great characters, great writing. So I have them at number 3. Number 2, I have Up. I absolutely love this movie. I think it's a beautiful story about a man who is dealing with his grief, and he learns he finds hope, and he is able to say goodbye to Ellie by the end, and he realized that she really did love him. A lot of people just talk about the beginning of this movie, but really I think the ending is just as moving when he sees the message from Ellie in the book, and he realizes she really did love him all along, and that she forgave him. It's so beautiful. I love the animation. I love the message. I love the humor in the movie. I think it's great. I like the dogs. I think dogs are really funny, and it just gets me every time. It makes me think of my grandpa and how much I miss him, and I just love this movie. So it's my number 2. My number 1 is Inside Out, and I love Inside Out so much. It's basically a tie between Up and Inside Out, showing both Riley and Joy's journeys make it especially moving. Riley has this huge change, and she has to deal with it without sadness and without joy there. She's just blank. She's this empty thing. And when she comes home and she says, "I miss home," and she finally has that moment of connection with her parents. Oh, it's so good. But then you also see with Joy, who has this really superficial understanding of happiness at the beginning of the story. And by the end, she comes to understand this more nuanced version of happiness that requires those tough times, requires sadness in order to feel true joy. And that, you know, she starts out where happiness is just kind of fun, and she understands it as something much more powerful and beautiful. And it's just so funny. It's so beautiful. I love the animation. So it's my favorite. And that's what it's tough. Like I said, 20 car pile up. So I'll be curious to know what other people have on their list. I love Wall-E. I love Finding Nemo. I love so many of the Pixar movies. So I make sure to check out their lists and let me know what your top 5 are. And if you've seen Turning Red, let me know what you think of it. And please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got tons of other animation content. So you check out the playlist for all of my Disney content and my animation content. And also check out the Patreon and the merch store where you can get #AnimationJunkie shirts. So thanks again, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.